Well, good morning and welcome to InstallerSHOW 2025, and we are here back at BiKBBI Studio, continuing our series of short interviews with movers and shakers of the KBB installation industry. And I am absolutely delighted to welcome a new friend, my new best friend from America.
Yes.
That's you, by the way, Eric Marshall. Eric, welcome. How are you, sir?
I'm doing so great. This is actually a beautiful place to be. Like, I was a little bit hesitant, like, you know, middle of England.
What's this going to be like?
But the sun's come out a few times.
It has. Yeah, despite popular belief, there is sunshine.
And the food is not terrible, okay?
Yeah, okay.
It's actually quite good.
You've not been here long enough, mate.
I've heard the Indian food is amazing here.
This part of the world is the best.
So I can't wait, yeah.
Good, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, look, welcome, and it's lovely to host you here today.
Thank you so much.
I've got to ask a question. What brings you here, Eric, then? So you're a guy from America, and here you are in the middle of Birmingham, enjoying our cuisine. What brings you here? So
actually the NKBA partnered with me just less than a year ago now.
Yeah.
For the NKBA Global Connect. So I'm a Global Connect advisor.
Fabulous.
So I'm here to help brands bring products to the U.S. to display at KBIS.
Yes.
To sell to the American public, because we actually love, you know, stuff from across the pond.
Yeah, and it's not an easy transition for British manufacturers to come across, right?
No. Met with one yesterday. We might have something going on.
Oh, well, listen, this is encouraging news.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, BiKBBI, we've been involved with the NKBA and with KBIS and the Global Connect program as well now for some years.
Yes.
And we found that incredibly important for us. And there would often be questions as to why is an institute for installation doing anything the other side of the pond, but for me, there's so much learning to be had in collaboration.
Yeah.
And that's why it's been incredibly important. We've learned a lot. I'd like to think that you guys have learned a little bit from us. And
oh, man.
Working together on some of these global challenges makes sense, right?
Yes. Yeah. Like in Building 3.
Like in Building 3.
It's a tool farm.
It is incredible.
And there's incredible tools up there. Some of them are in America, some of them are not.
Yeah.
And some of them are actually kind of amazing, like the fit and finish to fit in your hand.
Sure.
So there's a little bit of differences, but they could work in America. And so, like, I've had a really good time, not just looking at the kitchen area, which is here in Building 4, but over in Building 3, there's a lot of cool things over there. SawStop is there, you know. Yeah. Titus is right up the way from you guys.
Titus work with us as well. Absolutely.
They're
great
right
brand.
here. Yeah,
great
and
brand.
A great brand, and we use it in the U.S. And actually, it's made in the U.S. now for the parts that we.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're in Indiana. Indiana in Columbia City, they actually manufacture the cam for us there.
Wow.
Because it's a part now that's common in wardrobes.
Okay, closets. I saw your LinkedIn, so you've got a name for under your sort of under your own name. Yeah. You call yourself the
guru,
the closet guru.
Closet guru. Yeah.
That may mean something very different here in the UK. I'll explain that
possible,
later.
Yes, it's possible. Yeah. The word closet, right?
Absolutely.
With guru.
It's very different. Yeah, it's a very different connotation over here. This may be where we can help you.
Yeah.
But what do you think of the show, Nancy? Obviously, you've walked around a little bit out there and you've had a good look around.
Yes.
And I know, listen, the Americans, I remember coming over to KBIS for the first time. Yeah. And I was like a kid in a sweet shop. It
massive.
Was, I just stood, amongst this sprawl of amazing businesses that has been so well put together by the KBIS team and the NKBA. And I remember walking away from there with my tail absolutely wagging back to the UK. And so, what do you think of this place then? How are you feeling about your exhibition here?
Well, I'm excited because you can tell you're growing.
Yeah, it's growing.
So
it's growing.
Yeah, it's growing. There's growing pains going on.
Of course.
Which are actually good things to notice. And I go to shows all the time. I was in Guangzhou for CIFF Interzoom. I was in Cologne for Interzoom Cologne. I've been to CCAM this year. Of course, there's woodworking shows in the U.S. There was just a closet show last week in West Palm Beach for closet people.
Wow.
Wardrobe people.
I get it. I get it.
You coming out of the closet? Yes, every day.
Brilliant.
And so yeah, it's interesting to see your growing pains. It's nice to see a gorgeous show because it is really beautiful. Yeah. I've actually seen some things here that are not in the U.S. that I wish were there.
Yeah, yeah.
Formatted tiles, the shower enclosures. You know, we've got a little bit of that, but it's catching on here better.
Yeah,
I think it's a really sustainable product. I think it's easier to install. The Flowmaster thing with the siphon valves.
Some good kit here.
It wouldn't leak in the U.S. and we have all kinds of water problems.
Yeah, yeah.
We have leaking plumbing like you would not believe.
Yeah.
And we just kind of go about our business like we can't do anything.
Yeah.
And there's products here because you guys are more about that area.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's really neat to see the exciting stuff that could come to America. I hope it does.
Yeah, and this is where collaboration is really important. And I think we live in a world that, you know, this global economy that we now sort of live and work in is probably far more easier to trade now. And I know there's been some tariff conversation between your new governor over there. Yeah, listen, it's very difficult for us to get into a political conversation.
No, I'm not going to.
We don't want to, I don't understand it if I'm being, and I don't want to understand it if I'm being perfectly honest. But I do know that we do have a special bond between the UK and the US, and that is something that we should celebrate and embrace, and we should do as much as we possibly can together to overcome some of these challenges that we face within the industry, as well as some of the other stuff that's going on in the world. So,
and you know, we came from a past that wasn't together.
Absolutely,
not too many years ago.
And it wasn't.
And now London is one of our favorite places to go.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we feel safe, and that's important to the American public.
Quite right.
You know, so yeah, there's a lot of collaboration can happen here. At least we speak your language.
Well, absolutely. In part. I will say in part.
There's some stuff I don't
understand. There's some stuff we don't understand. But listen, we're all happy to work together and figure it out. But tell me a little bit about your background then, because I didn't know you was an installer once upon a time, right?
I'm actually still doing it. My thumb is bleeding currently.
Amazing.
I actually helped at the house.
Did you
I walked in on Monday just to kind of survey things because they gave me an exhibitor badge, so I come in early.
Yeah.
And for sure enough, they needed some help over there. And I know how to do plumbing, electrical, framing, woodworking. Like, I owned a kitchen and bath store for about 10 years with my sons.
Yeah, yeah.
And prior to that, I worked in the closet industry. And just because we did kitchen and bath doesn't mean we didn't do wardrobes.
Sure.
So, like, that was just an addition to my company. So I worked for a fairly large closet company when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
And I stayed there for 20 years. California Closets, you might know it.
Okay.
Large company.
Huge.
Doing really good. Lots of profits.
Yeah.
You know, they're very smart about business.
Yeah.
About marketing.
Yeah.
Because if you don't market, you don't know what you're doing.
That's a good point, yeah.
And then I moved out of that. I went to another closet company, wardrobe company. We don't want to get weird. And we worked there for a long time. And yes, when we opened in Australia, we did call it Creative Wardrobes because they didn't want to let us call it closets.
Oh, okay. There you go.
California Closets.
Okay.
In Australia, that's just two weird words. Okay?
I get it. Put together makes it really weird.
Makes it really weird. And so I did about 30 years there total, then went into business for myself with a closet company. That expanded into a kitchen, bathroom, and closet company with my sons.
Yeah.
Good news, bad news. 3 years ago, I diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
I heard this, and this is incredible.
Yeah, and that set me back. I was the breadwinner for the company, the salesman, bringing in millions of dollars a year in sales.
A lot of pressure.
And if I'm in bed, that's not happening. And I ended up in bed for about 7 months.
Wow.
The doctors were really good. They put me on a clinical trial. So I'm currently still taking the medicine. But the clinical trial did reduce my cancer by 78%.
Wow.
That made them change their words with me. They said, you're operable, because I was inoperable. Like, literally, if they would have opened me up, they would have closed me up and said, you got less time.
We can't do anything.
Yeah, we can't do anything. And so I became operable. They said, we need to get you on the table tomorrow morning.
Wow.
They put me out.
How long ago was this?
2.5 years now that they took it out.
Incredible.
2 years they took it out. 2.5 years got diagnosed. Yeah, stage 4 cancer.
I mean, that's not a conversation you want to have, right?
Be real with you. I wanted to take myself out.
Yeah.
I didn't want them to tell me how it was going to happen. I don't want to die like that.
Yeah, I hear you.
And so psychologists might have got into my head.
Yeah.
You know, social workers, all that kind of stuff. I had to go through that.
Yeah.
But lost my company.
Oh, wow.
Because I wasn't there.
That's tough.
But I did it well. There's a little bit of damage still, but most of it I cleaned it up now.
Yeah.
But in the time that I was in bed, with the medicine,
yeah.
I scrolled.
A lot of thinking time.
Yeah, and a lot of scrolling time. A lot of I don't want to think time, so get lost in social media.
Okay, that makes sense as well.
And that turned my life around. So when they operated and I got better, I didn't have a company anymore, but I had a following.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, people started recognizing, like I go to shows, people were like,
I know you.
Yeah, I know Eric. You. That's that Eric guy.
That's the closet guy.
You're the guy that answers questions on the internet about things I'm having problems with. And because of my background in opening companies and helping franchises and dealerships, I turned into a business coach.
That's incredible. That's an incredible turnaround. Yeah. You've turned something that is, devastating into something that
it's a blessing.
It's grown
and
something
I don't
positive.
think I did it. There's something else.
Well,
of course.
Yeah.
It's just in my head now.
And
that's like politics again.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is beautiful. But I don't think we should ever undervalue our own contribution and our own inner strength to actually come through some of that stuff.
You're right. I never stopped.
No.
I never gave up.
But that would have been an easy option, though, right?
Yeah, it could have.
That would have been an easy option.
Yeah, I could have done something stupid, or just let it go. I could have let it go.
Yeah.
But I never gave up. I fired a few doctors.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you're talking to me.
Yeah.
And I hired other people, and they gave me a positive attitude, and I liked that, and they took it out, and now I'm still on the medicine currently, but I don't have cancer. Yeah, I take it every morning.
Amazing. Well, listen, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do, right?
It keeps me alive.
Well, you say keeping it alive. It's not just keeping alive for you, though, is it? I mean,
I'm living.
Well, you're living.
I'm living.
Come and explain. I mean, this is.
So I've actually had this board for quite some time. It's from my hometown. I grew up in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I bought this years ago. I always kind of have skateboarded, but I pulled it out after I got well, and I really started trying to use it. I need to be active. I hate gyms.
Yeah.
I get out in the morning and I ride it around, and it keeps me active, and it's keeping me well, because the medicine's not good for me.
No, I think it's doing a job, but you need more.
It's doing a job, but I need to work.
Yeah.
And so it's gotten kind of ridiculous. I ride it through airports, I ride it at shows.
This is fantastic. I mean, this is, you daren't bring this in before now, because you do know you're going to get thrown out at some point, right?
Yes. The first day security said, you can't ride that in the hall, sir. Like, okay, I'm carrying it. But now it's become #SkateShop. So yesterday I was at Lamtech here in the UK.
Yeah.
Amazing company, really nice cabinets.
Yeah.
They're exporting a little bit, but mostly not very far.
Sure.
I'd like to see them export to the US.
Okay.
And they let me skate their shop.
Wow, there you go.
Now, some people would say that's a complete hazard. But but it's on me.
Like, life's just too short for that nonsense.
Move the employees out of the way, shut down the forklifts, and let me do my thing.
We'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Yeah.
That is absolutely super. So what next for you then? That's got to be the question.
So, just go on with life. So when I get home, I have about a week off. It's going to be 4th of July, an American holiday.
Big day.
Big day. So
what are you going to be doing celebrating?
Me and my wife are going to Cleveland, because that's where her family's at. They have a parade there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good celebration. Everybody's involved. All cultures of America enjoy this.
That's lovely, yeah.
And then right after that, I do a private training in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
And then AWF comes up, AWFS.
Okay.
So there's an American Woodworking Federation finishing. That's going to be in Vegas just in about 3 weeks. I'm going to be there speaking also.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. And I take it you'll be at KBIS for next year, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, I'll get to see you stateside.
We're working on plans on that right now, all of us. So,
amazing, They do such a great job over there. And as I say, I come away from that with my tail wagging all the time. So that's incredible. And I really look forward to working with you on the Global Connect program as well. I have to say.
We will not we'll be close friends.
I'm all for that. I'm absolutely all for that. And you may see me down the Vegas Boulevard on that at some point.
Yeah, we'll be on that together.
We'll do
I know exactly where we can skate.
We'll do it.
And Resorts World doesn't care.
Yeah, absolutely. They're fine. Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we met. And I'm sure it will be the beginning of a great friendship.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
And a really strong working relationship between us and the Global Connect program.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
Welcome. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much,
joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And there we go, guys. So there we go from the Installer Show here in Birmingham on day 3. We're heading into the last few hours as Eric rides off into the sunset on his skateboard. I will be joining him.
Let's go.
I'm 100% going. So thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you all soon. Cheers.